explaining Twisty's backstory because I don't really have much else to do during quarantine. So basically when Twisty and Mike were kids, they used to go to the circus at least once a month and always had a good time until one day, one of the performers accidentally shot Kid Mike in the head with an arrow. After that day Twisty never saw him again during his child through most teen years. Kid Twisty's brain was quite messed up due to his abusive real father and his only friend gone. He lashed out at people for the littlest things and was very unsocial to others. Things were even worse for him when he and his mom found his real dad cheating on her with another woman. His mom immediately kicked his dad out of the house and later on found a new boyfriend. Twisty did not like his mom's boyfriend because of his severe trust issues he had with his real dad. Eventually Twisty's now stepdad convinced him he never wanted to hurt him and he wanted to be there for him like a good father. When Twisty was in high school his grades weren't so good and he was never really motivated to make them better. His mom tried helping him but he never paid attention. He was also bullied for being the emo kid by others which made him even more sad. But then something happened that changed his life forever. He was going to class one day, looking down at the ground because he hated making eye contact with people. Then, someone accidentally bumped into him, or well, he accidentally bumped into someone and snapped saying, "Watch where you're going, idiot." But as he looked up he saw a familiar face. It was Mike. Twisty couldn't believe his eyes. He thought Mike had died during the circus accident. Mike was just as stunned. Twisty started crying and hugged Mike tightly. He didn't give a damn if everyone in the hallway was watching. He finally found his long-lost friend. Mike hugged him back and started crying too. Twisty and Mike always hung out after school since that day. Mike helped Twisty with his homework and always brought snacks every time he would come over. A couple of months later Mike started developing feelings for Twisty. The problem was he couldn't find a good way to confess to him. So he decided just to spill his guts out to him the next time he came over. When he did Twisty kissed him, accepting the offer of being his boyfriend. After that they went on cute dates like the movies, restaurants, or even just going to the forest and eating lunch. 2 years later Twisty decided to come out to his parents. His parents turned out to be really supportive and was glad he found happiness. His mom even picked out flowers for him to give to Mike on their next date. Mike came out to his parents and they weren't supportive at all and kicked him out of the house. Twisty then decided now would probably be a good time for them to get a house of their own. His parents helped him and Mike save up for one and let Mike stay with them, and when they had enough money, they said their goodbyes and moved out. A couple of years later Twisty was walking around town trying to look for a job and saw it, the circus. It was finally shutting down after many years. Twisty ran inside to the owner and asked what was going on. The owner said he was retiring and couldn't find anyone to take over the circus. Twisty then volunteered to take over. Even though a terrible accident happened there, he couldn't just let the good memories he had with Mike as a kid fade away. The owner sighed and agreed as long as Twisty promised to keep the circus clean and be nice to the performers. When Twisty came home he explained the good news to Mike and he was surprised. Mike said he could be a co-worker there as long as Twisty kept arrows far away from him. From that day forward Twisty, Mike, and the other performers Kate the Unicorn, Jessie the Vampire, Mabel the Mermaid, Cerberus, and the Phoenix entertained audiences by doing dangerous stunts and magic tricks.